So as you rest on your back, I will join you now on the mat. To start by checking in. So scanning from toes to nose. So you're laying in a sloppy Shavasana. And notice the right side or the left and compare it to the other side. Does one side lay a little flatter on the mat? And notice too, are there sensations maybe around the low back, the shoulders, the hips, the knees? So you're simply checking in, getting familiar with what is present. And from here, we'll bend up the knees. So bending up your knees, place the feet on the floor. And previously, if you have an extra blanket or a pillow, it feels really nice and grounded to place the blanket under your feet. So the heels are on the floor, but the feet are more in a dorsal flexion. So you may like this. And then we'll simply place the hands on the belly. Let the hands be an invitation to draw the breath into the lower abdomen. Because this truly is a time where we can get really head heavy. The fear of the unknown, the loss of control, which of course both are a complete illusion from the yoga practice, but it doesn't make it any less real. So we want to move some of the mind energy down into the belly so that we can release it. So the in-breath is full, and as you breathe out, let the belly soften down towards the spine, like a valve releasing. Full breath in, and slowly exhale. So the muscle we are working on right now is the diaphragm muscle, the main muscle of breathing. It contracts as you breathe in, it flattens. And then again, slow down the exhalation in an even way. And we're putting tone on the diaphragm, facilitating a healthier breath. As the diaphragm flattens, it invites the lungs to expand downwards. This is where we have most of the little, I call them little flower buds, the alveoles. And this is where the oxygen and CO2 exchange happens. So we want to create the best possible condition for breath. So the belly balloons and expands on the in-breath. Everything fills up. Now the alveoles, all the way at the end of the bronchus, are ready to harness and exchange. So slow down the exhalation, slow down the exhalation. Just continue to settle into an easy and gentle rhythm, but consciously work on elongating the exhalations. The longer the exhalation is, the longer we hold the oxygen in the body, and the more we are able to harness into the body, into every cell. And we have a fast and shallow breath. The air doesn't draw all the way down and is very unproductive. As we slow down the exhalation, the other thing that begins to happen, literally releasing the mind valve, the body begins to settle into the parasympathetic nervous system of ease and peace. Take 3 more breaths. Full and easy. And then we begin to add the arch. So as you inhale, the muscles on the low back contract, lifts away from the floor, still taking a full breath in. And we slowly float back to neutral. So still riding that long exhalation. Take a buffer breath. And inhale, arch again. The lower back contracts and the belly expands. Now with your hands, you can slide them right down into the front of your hips. Notice if you're hardening the hip flexors as you arch the back. Can you keep the front groins soft? So that it's just the muscles on the low back and the diaphragm. Buffer breath, and then one more time. Arch the low back, belly expands. And we return slowly to neutral. Buffer breath. Now let's work on the other side. We'll take a breath in for nothing. And then exhale, and hollow out the belly. Flatten the low back or hollow out the belly so that the front hip points kind of draws together like you're tightening the string on your sweatpants. And then we release back to neutral. We'll take a buffer breath again. Wait for the exhalation. And contract and hollow out the belly. So pulling out from the pubic bone, narrow the hip points. And then slowly release. When the belly's really tight, it's hard to take a full breath in. Now we are helping all of these muscles relax. Let's do one more time. Breath in for nothing. And then exhale, slowly flatten. Notice, sense the contraction of the muscles. Hold the apex. And then even and slow, we're going to return back to neutral. You can keep your hands on the belly, or you can relax them out to the side since we now begin to put these two together. So on the in-breath, we'll arch. Everything expands. And exhale, float to neutral. Breath in for nothing. And exhale, flatten, hollowing out the belly. We return to neutral. Now we take a breath out for nothing. And then we arch again. So just a simple but profoundly deep change. That did not sound very eloquently. What it does, it works right around the core muscles. And once we have access to this area, all movement has more freedom and is with more ease. So low back tension, you want to start here. We'll do 2 more times, moving with your breath. And I invite you to keep your eyes closed as you practice so that you can keep your awareness with them and not be distracted. Think of this as a little tennis games. I'm just lopping the ball from one side of the court to the other. So I make sure that one side is completely disengaged before I hit the ball on the other side. The reason that we take these buffer breaths in between. So now, as you come back to neutral, you're going to move the blanket. If you have a foot blanket or pillow out of the way, we're going to move it out of the way. And just slowly straighten out your legs. And you may notice that there's a little bit of ease in the low back. A little bit of ease around the hips. You also may feel no different whatsoever. There's no right or wrong answer. From here, let's take the hands behind the head. And if this is uncomfortable for your shoulders, you can use a strap and have your arms more in cactus arms. And if you don't have a strap, just hold your arms in cactus. We'll draw the legs together. We want to put a little bit of length into the side seat for the side slide. So as you inhale, press the right heel and the right elbow away from each other. And we return to neutral. It's nice to take a full breath in and out at neutral. And go to the other side. So allow yourself to slow down. There'll be a sense of no sense of hurry. Slow and easy. Just sliding, opening up the sideways, which is the QL and the Psoas. Slow and easy. Just go as far as you go. If it's available, let your head turn and look up towards the elbow that's sliding back. This is especially important if you wear glasses. Our eyes kind of get stuck right in the center of the glasses. And they don't get to stretch much. So now work on the little muscles of your eyes. And the next time you return from the left side, we'll pause here. You can keep your hands behind your head if it's comfortable. If not, just take them out and maybe put the pillow back if you took it out. We're just going to roll the legs in and out. Most of us find ourselves sitting down more these days than what we normally do. So our hip flexors, i.e. the psoas, can get a little tight and irritated. I'm just sweeping the feet in and out. Keep the ankles, keep the knees really relaxed. And then relaxing the legs. We're going to do little Baddha slides, Baddha Konasana. So we roll the right foot out to the side and just slide the right leg up. We're just going to slide it out again. I'm going to do the left side. Roll the left leg out, slide the left heel up. So the heel stays on the floor the whole time. We're just going to do these little frog legs from side to side. Little frog legs. The beauty of practicing on the floor in this way is that gravity becomes our friend, especially when we want to ponder our posture. Compression is what we need no more of. And right now, we use gravity to help everything soften and cool out. And just sliding the legs easily from side to side. Let the knees stay soft and heavy. And only go up as high as is comfortable. Let's do it a couple more times on each side. We'll finish on the left side. And just pause, relax again. Pause, or like T.S. Little likes to say, wait, watch, and listen. What does this feel like? And then let's take both legs back up again. Knees are bent. We're going to take the right leg in and hold it with the left hand. Holding the right leg with the left hand. Now as you inhale, you're going to arch the low back. The knee draws away from the chest, and you feel a little lengthening of the right neck and shoulder. Exhale, we're going to curl up. Elbow, right knee. And then we slowly release down. Releasing, elbow out to the side. Inhale, arch. And exhale, curling up. So one-sided arch and curl. Let's move it with your breath. So now we're moving a little bit faster in the arch and curl, unless, of course, you don't want to. If you find that you like very slow with a buffer breath in between, because you know that it's hard for you to release all the way before you start again, by any means, do so. Elbow draws in, head curls up. Do that one more time. And curling up. And then release the right leg. We'll switch. Hold the left knee with your right hand. In an easy way. Inhale, arch again. And exhale, curling up. How slow can you move on the release? Easy and gentle. Let your entire focus be absorbed in your body sensations. The contraction, the release, the breath. Does this side feel like the first side? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. If this is the easy side, next time you do this practice, you might want to start on this side and let this then tutor the other side. All right, this is our last one. Releasing down. Release the legs, release the arms. We pause again. We check in. Our truth, the yogic word satya, changes all the time. We can become really rigid in what we believe to be the right way to feel or the wrong way to feel. Can we acknowledge that how I feel today is different from yesterday and will probably be different from tomorrow? And to stay aware in that place. We'll draw the legs up again. Now the diagonal. So I'm going to hold my right knee with my right hand. I'm going to take my left hand behind the head. And then we repeat. We inhale, we arch. And we exhale now, left elbow, right knee. So add a curl. We inhale, slowly release down. And again here, it's nice just to give you that pause breath. Arching on the in-breath. And exhale. Again, diagonal. So now the obliques are drawing in the external, the upper obliques around the rib cage. When these are tight, they pull the rib cage together. Keep moving with your breath. And again, hinders us being able to take a full breath in. Moving with your breath, curling up on an out breath, releasing to neutral on an in breath. Arching on an in breath. And so it goes. There's a rhythm, an easy rhythm. Make it as easy as you can. Gentle effort, but letting go of struggle. Let the movements unnoodle everything. All right, one more time. And as you come down, releasing the right leg down, and we'll switch to the other side. Let's begin with the arch again. Inhale, arch. And exhale, diagonal. We release back down. Inhaling, arching. And curling, diagonal, elbow towards me. Right size it for you. Let it be easy. Let it be interesting. Let there be curiosity about the movement. Let there be joy. Let's do one more time, then I think we all well balanced out. Okay, arch and flat. Up we come. And release. Release the leg, release the arm. We check in again. Sense the feeling of alive pulsation. Your stomach may have started to talk to you, meaning it is digestion, and it only does that when we're in the parasympathetic nervous system. The stomach is intrinsically linked to your state of wellness, to your nervous system. Are you laying a little flatter now? Let's draw the legs in again. Now listen to place both hands behind the head. Both hands behind the head. I'm going to work a little bit more with the pec majors, the muscles that connect from the sternum, the breastbone, out to the upper arms. Just simply press the elbows into the floor. Press the elbows into the floor. And then let that go. Take a full breath in and out. We're going to inhale, press the elbows down again. Press the elbows down. You feel the shoulder blades really connecting onto the back ribs. And we'll release again. Full breath in and out. One more time. Press the elbows into the floor. Just keep the back neutral. So notice if you are putting tension anyplace else. We're just contracting the muscles around the upper back. And we'll release. Now this add the curl. So we inhale again, we arch the low back. This time stretch the chin back, stretch the chin back. And then exhale, draw the elbows in towards one another, hand flatten and curl up. Slowly, 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 release the head down. Once the head is down, now lift the elbows towards the sky. And then as slowly as you can, let's draw the elbows towards the floor. So you're releasing yet controlling simultaneously. Notice those jumps and jitters. Once the elbows come all the way down, let everything pull. And then as you inhale, we arch again, draw the chin back, away from the chest. And exhale, flattening the back. Curl the elbows up, and we're curling all the way up. We slowly release down, one vertebrae at a time. Once the head makes landfall, lift the elbows. And slowly, slowly, slowly release them down. The muscles still working while releasing. So we are strengthening while we stretch. For a lazy mind like me, that's a wonderful concept. I'm getting a twofer. Full breath in and out. And let's do it one more time. Arch the low back, Chin stretches away from the chest. And exhale, begin to flatten. Elbows in, we curl up. And we lower down. Lift the elbows. And slowly, 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 we release the elbows down. So if an 8 count is easy, then do a 10 count. That's easy. Then do a 12 count. You see where this is going. And once the elbows are down, everything pulls. I work a little bit on the neck muscles. Have your face parallel to the ceiling. The sky sounds better, doesn't it? So neither pulling down towards the chin or stretching back, just neutral. You'll remember this from class. Place an imaginary plate on your forehead. And then as you inhale, you're going to lift your head up, but keep the face parallel so it's not a curl up, it's just a pure neck muscle. You can use the hands to support the neck, or you can leave the arms down. We're going to slowly lower back down again. So it's a very small move. And remember, sometimes we initiate, but we don't actually execute the movement. Let's take a buffer breath. And let's repeat that. Inhale, lift the head. Maybe the arms comes up, maybe they stay down. And then slowly, slowly, slowly lower down. So really working on the neck muscles. When we have a forward head posture, these muscles are shortened and weak. So we've been unnoodling for a bit to get a little length before we worked on them here. Now let's turn the head to the right. Turn the head as far to the right as is comfortable. Slide your plate onto your left temple. So you're just looking at your right elbow. We'll take a breath in and lift the head. Not a big move, not a big move. Lift the head and slowly lower down. So you feel the muscles on the left side of the neck really firing up. Or scalenes, they attach from the skull to your first and second rib. So right at the top. Let's do that again. Inhaling, lift the head, lift the head. And lower down. Cool, relax completely. Then we turn the head to the other side. Looking at your left elbow. And keep your low back slightly flattened so that you're not in a big arch. But let there be very little effort. When you're ready, we'll inhale, we'll lift again. Now the plate is on your right temple. And we lower down. Let's do that again. Lifting. Keep the plate right where it is. And lower down. Slowly let the head come back to neutral. Let's relax the arms from behind the head. Straighten the legs out again. And notice your shoulders. Notice your hips, your legs. Or you may be laying a little flatter. The midline the Madhya Sutra, our center line, we want to send some broadness of ease. We're going to work a little bit more with the psoas. So again, support your head, maybe again on a blanket or pillow. We're just going to bend the left leg up. Bend the left leg up. Draw the low back to the floor. Roll the right leg out. Roll the right leg out. And then lift the right leg a couple of inches. Maybe 4, maybe 5. Not a big, hairy deal. And then as slowly as you can without lifting the low back. Lower the leg down. Lower the leg down. So we're working again with the mighty psoas muscle. The muscle, we have one on each side of the spine. The other name for the psoas is the tenderloin, but that sounds wrong when we say it that way. But just to get really an appreciation of this massive engineering event, if you take your hands right up where your ribs meet, that's about T12. So where the thoracic vertebrae and the lumbar meet. This is also where your diaphragm intersects, and then draw a line all the way down to your hip, outer hip, so whether you're on the right or the left side. The psoas comes on to your inner upper thigh bone. So in generally speaking, if you look at your forearm from elbow to wrist, that's the length of your psoas, and the size is about the size of your wrist. So we have about one of these on each side. This are the strings that connects our legs to our spine. It's a massive event. The psoas attaches to each of the lumbar vertebrae before it crosses through the hips, and it attaches to a little dude in there called the iliopsoas, the mother's little helper, if you will. But if the psoas is tight, it pulls everything together. A lot of back pain is involved in a tight psoas. What happens? Why do we get a tight psoas? We sit down a lot, and we're nervous or anxious or stressed or angry. That too contributes to the psoas shortening. So let's do it one more time on the right side. Flatten the back a little bit. Lifts the right leg up again. Toes turned out, toes turned out. So that just changes the fiber that we are using or we accessing when we turn the leg out. Well, slowly, slowly, slowly release down. So this is in essence our deepest core muscle. But we have very little awareness of this muscle. Doesn't feel like when we contract the other abdominal muscles. All right, we're going to turn the toes towards the sky. We're going to take the right hand under the head, and then we're going to hug the left knee in. Now, we're going to work the long length here. We're going to inhale. We're going to arch the low back. And we're going to exhale, flatten the low back, draw the knee and curl the head up, and lift the right leg. Lift the right leg. Low back presses down. As you exhale, slowly release the head and the foot. Keep reaching out, lengthening out through your leg as you lower down. That gets those lower fibers of the psoas to release. Once down, everything pulls. And then let's do that again. Arch the low back. And exhale, flattening, curling the head up, and lifting the leg. So when we curl the head up, we get the upper fibers of the psoas. If it bothers your neck, leave the head down and just do the leg. Take your time lowering down, and you may find that the head comes down first, perfectly fine. Can you hold the leg? And then reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out as you lower the leg down. Once everything is down, let's pull. And let's just do a little pull, pull. So straighten out your left leg. And just sense right side, left side. Does it feel like you got more expansiveness and spaciousness across your lower right abdomen and into the pelvis and hip? That'd be the psoas. Well, I think we should do the other side. So let's bend up the right knee, roll the left leg out. And then you can use your right foot to help you flatten the back. So this is what isolates the psoas. When you lift the leg, keep the low back drawing towards the floor. Keep the low back drawing down. And then as slowly as you can, we release down. A sense of lengthening out through the leg as you lower down. And you are literally lengthening your legs. Again, the psoas attaches to your upper thigh bone. So when it's tight, it sucks it right up into the hip sockets. So now we're going to lengthen our inseam here. Let's do it one more time. Take a breath in, exhale, flattening the low back. Lift the leg again. Toes still turning out. And then think of reaching, unstick. Let everything lengthen out. And we let everything cool. Now let's take the right leg in, left hand behind the head, turn the toes now towards the sky, straight up. And inhale, we'll arch. And exhale, flatten. And then we curl up, curling up. Slowly let the head come down. If you can, hold the leg up. If it's a really heavy lever for your back, if the low back keeps popping up as you lift the knee, then do this one with your left leg bent. It's a shorter lever. Full breath in and out. We'll just do this one more time. We'll arch the low back. And exhale, flatten. Curl the head up. Lift the leg. Low back is down. So that we hold the psoas in a lockdown position. When the low back lifts up, it's a psoas shortening. Head comes down, leg comes down. And we release the right leg. Cool again. Everything relaxes. Does the left side match the right now? Well, let's roll over onto our belly. So take the right arm up or out, and just with as little effort as possible, we're going to roll over onto our belly. Let's take the left arm down alongside the body and turn the right head towards the right elbow. So the right hand just supports my head under the chin. I'm going to turn so I can see what y'all doing. Work a little bit more on the neck muscles. Now, if it's uncomfortable for you to turn your head, just have your head in a position that is comfortable for you. On the inhalation, lift the head, look over your right shoulder, look over your right shoulder. Let the hips be a little jiggy here. And then slowly release down. Full breath. And we do it again. Lift the head. So similar to our plate lift, except completely opposite. Can you notice the muscles? Do you feel your neck muscles contracting? And do you feel them releasing as you slowly lower down? Lengthening, lengthening out. One more time. Inhale, lift the head, look over the shoulder, and let the hips lift up again. Let the hips lift up a little bit. So we can access the entire back seam. And we lower down. All right, we're going to add a little bit more weight now. This time you're going to keep the hips drawing towards the floor. And now as you inhale, arm and head comes up, arm and head lifts up. It's a little bit more challenging. We're really accessing the muscles on the upper back. We need those to show up. For our posture, this is what holds everything in place. Take a full breath in and out. And let's repeat. Press the hips down, lift the head, lift the arm, and lower down. Let's add the left leg. On your in-breath, leg, arm, head. And slowly lower down. Full breath in and out. And let's go again. Arm, head, and leg. And slowly, slowly, slowly. Let everything relax. And just press your right arm into the mat. Take your left up. And then we switch. And we are on the other side. When you're ready, let's lift the head. Lift the hips a little bit. Look over your left shoulder. Such a simple move, but one that we often lose. Let's do it again. So now we are reclaiming it. Feel the apex of the contraction. Let's do that one more time. Take your time, take your time. And last one. Feel that whole electrical circuit all the way down to the hips, facilitating the head lift. Now, hips strays down. And then inhale, lift the arm, lift the head. We lower down, lowering down. Coming down, let the ribs relax down, everything relaxes. And then we lift again. And then we'll add the leg, right leg joins in. Lifting and releasing. We're kind of lifting in reverse. Pulling, repeating. Do it 2 more times following your breath. Lifting on the in-breath. Lowering on the out-breath. And last one. The whole back seam is on. We release. Now let's press the left arm down, lift the head, and take the right arm up. Place the right hand on top of the left hand. We're going to tuck the toes under for this crocodile cobra pose. Let the forehead just rest on the back of the hand. Press the heels back. Hips are pressing down. And then inhale, press the hands down. Keep the gaze down towards the floor. But bring your arms towards your hips. So you're stretching your belly skin upward, upward, upward. Lengthen that whole front seam. Keep the legs powerful and strong, powerful and strong. And we release down. Forehead to the hands, tops of the feet down. Relax. And one more time, tuck the toes under, crawl the toes to the nose. I know, they won't come very far. We're going to press the heels back, press the hips down, and then press the forearms down. And again, draw the belly up towards the heart, belly towards the heart. And then we slowly release down. Stretch one arm over so we can just roll onto our back again. And as you come onto your back, so right now what we're doing is we're banking. You're going to draw your legs together. We're released around the joints, elongate the muscles. So now we're putting a little tone on them. Interlace our hands and then press the palms towards the sky. And then draw the tailbone towards the heels as you stretch the arms overhead. Keep the elbows straight. We're going to take the arms up again, about halfway. And then we come back down. Elbows straight, reach out through the heels, tailbone towards the heels. And reach, reach. We'll take the arms back up. Relax the legs. We're going to switch the interlace of the fingers. Switching the interlace of the fingers. And we'll do it again on this side. Press the palms towards the sky. And then as you inhale and draw the arms overhead, let the tailbone draw towards the heels. So you feel your lower abdomen contracting. Let's take the arms up again by halfway. And we get a little bit longer, a little bit longer. Extend and reach. How long can you get? I'm putting you back to factory setting. Reach, lengthen, and just let everything pull up. Unlace the hands. We'll take the arms down. And so here now, we'll settle into a Shavasana. So you may want to put a blanket under your head. You may like a little pillow or blanket under your knees or thighs. We want to give the body a chance to consolidate through the assimilation of all that we did. Be comfortable. Be comfortable. Let everything cool and soften. Feel that soft aliveness, tingling, warmth, pulsating through your body. Letting your mind rest on the gentle mantra that is always present in the breath. So hum. The in-breath, you hear that soft so. And on the out-breath, you hear the gentle hum, which literally translates to I am that. I am that. That is your center. That is your essence. When the mind wanders off, invite it back onto the breath, onto your very own mantra. Arriving home again and again and again. And let's begin to deepen the breath. Maybe wiggling the fingers. Soft and easy. Bend up the knees. And let the knees rock gently from side to side. You can take the head opposite of the knees. Easy. Eventually, we'll roll all the way over onto one side. And just pause here in an easy, effortless way. And then we shall press up. Let's bring our palms together. Thank you. Namaste. And I will now unmute everybody. If you have a question, stop the recording and